Your lawyer apparently disappeared on his lawyer, is what he's saying. So,
Well, they contacted, I don't know.
So, ma'am, you don't think that that's a fair offer? He could keep your $10,000 because clearly you got some bad information. We understand that. But is that his fault?
No, he's not mine. I understand this.
Right. So
The
he's
people who
offering.
represent us.
But you wouldn't accept. You said it in your countersuit.
Yeah,
You would not accept $6,000.
Yeah, because I say it's not my fault. This is your fault and the real estate guy fault.
Your attorney's fault.
Yes.
And you were trying to pursue that separately, correct?
Yes.
So do you not think that it's fair for the plaintiff to offer more than half of your deposit back and he can keep $4,000?
Look,
when he really has a claim for all 10?
his side, yes, but if you look in my side, to lost the 4,000 for what? Somebody who just don't doing right things.
But
they
it's
give
your lawyer.
information.
Your lawyer.
Mr. Giuliano,
Okay.
I'm going to open it up.
Yeah, what bothered me the most is that you seem to say that the reason you wouldn't allow him to keep the money is because they offered you $6,000. It got you thinking, well, why shouldn't I get the whole thing?
Why? Because it doesn't was my fault. I give $10,000.
Right, because so far you have not identified for us anybody on his side of the equation that told you. And I actually do believe, I don't think we have to decide it, but I think if they looked you in the eye and said, you may rent this property freely, I think you could get out of the contract. I think that would be a material deception. But the fact that your agent told you that is not his fault.
No, it's not his fault.
And it's not his agent's fault, and it's not his lawyer's fault. But that doesn't change the very limited circumstances that Judge Menser pointed out, having to do either with financing or board approval, which would be the only ways you could cancel the contract.
Yeah, and I sympathize with you, but what you could have done is to go before the board and get rejected by the board. You could have told them outright, I insist on renting this place, and that's why I bought it, and that's what I intend to do, and they likely would have rejected you, and then you would have had the basis to get out of the contract and get your $10,000 back. I don't know why your lawyer wouldn't have advised you to at least avail yourself of that option to maybe get out legally from this contract.
I don't know.
But it may just cost you $10,000.
Were you ultimately able to sell the property?
Yeah, a year later, exactly, almost.
You probably suffered more than $10,000 in damage, I would imagine.
I mean, I got a house inspected. I was about to put a mortgage down on another house. I tried to have them postponed, but eventually, you know, I had to let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it took me a year of time, without a doubt. And it caused a lot of aggravation for me.
I've heard it.
All right, we have what we need. The parties are excused while we deliberate in this matter. Thank you both.
Court is now in recess. Let you both step outside.
Okay, well, despite a very lengthy and complex real estate contract to go through, I think we did it, and this is actually a pretty simple case. And I think that really the defendant knows that. And she may have issues with her real estate agent, but she doesn't have any issues with the plaintiff.
Yeah.
And he's entitled, I think, to the deposit.
Yeah, the language is clear that she's in default. I mean, she's offered us nothing. We asked her, she offered us no way that she can get out of this contract.
I really believe that she received that bad information.
Yeah, I think so, too.
She's very honest about not knowing any of this. She got the proper experts to come in and guide her through this process, and they failed her.
And there were ways that her lawyer could have fought to keep that money. I mean, you suggested it. She could have tanked the interview. She could have...
Yeah, except they said she had to apply in good faith. So I think that would really not be in the spirit.
But had she gone to the interview and told them honestly, I bought this with the expectation I could rent it.
And I do believe that if she had any proof that the plaintiff or his agents expressly misrepresented to her over and over again that she could rent out this property, then she really might have a claim here. But we just don't have that. We have her own agents telling her that. And I think, the other thing to note that I think is important, this is not a windfall for the plaintiff.
No.
He suffered a lot of damages as a result of this contract falling through. He had spent a lot of money to buy a new house that he then couldn't buy because he hadn't sold this one. Inspections, lawyer fees. His damages were probably more than $10,000. But that's why real estate contracts work this way.
Okay, so we have a verdict.
We're going to order release of the escrow funds to the plaintiff.
Okay.
All right.